Hi everyone, it's Lisa from A Simple Season. Today I'm going to share with you some things to stock up on in September and also some ways to reduce our expenses this month. Starting this year, I'm really trying to be a good steward of the money and resources that I've been entrusted with. So I'm learning to prioritize setting aside money for the things that I feel are really important and maybe doing a no spend or a low spend on things that aren't as high on the list. And of course, this list could be different for everybody. Some things that are important to you may not be important to others and vice versa. So it's going to be unique to you and your situation. So every month, retailers tend to follow a pretty specific sales cycles when it comes to discounting certain products in specific months. So it's good to be aware of those cycles and take advantage of them when they arrive. So let's get started. So the first thing is take advantage of the weather. September is a beautiful month to do things outdoors like going for a picnic or hosting a barbecue with friends or going to the beach or hiking or riding your bike. And hosting a potluck with a bunch of people is a great way to save money not only in the summer but for September as well. Also, check out your local farmers market. September is usually the last month that farmers are able to sell off their seasonal fruit. So if you buy it in bulk and are able to can it or freeze it, it will see you through the winter when those same fruits are at much higher prices. Apples, apples, apples. They are going to be so deeply discounted in September, so now is the time to make applesauce, apple crumble, apple pies, apple pie filling. Stick it in the freezer, can it, whatever you do with it. It is the time to eat them fresh. Stock up on apples because this will be the lowest price they will be all year. Applesauce is great for lunches and you can also use it to cut some of the fat in your baking. So say for example, you're making muffins and the recipe calls for 1 cup of oil. You can use 2/3 of a cup of oil and 1/3 of a cup of applesauce instead of using the full cup of oil, and it'll cut some of the fat down in your recipe and make your muffins healthier. And you get a little bit of applesauce in there as well. So great time to stock up on apples for all of those things. Other produce that's going to be a great deal this month is eggplants, mushrooms, cauliflower, and peppers. Also, squash, pumpkin, and grapes. So you can save some money this month on groceries by using these veggies to fill out your meals instead of other more expensive options. Tomatoes and tomato products are going to be a great deal this month. So stock up on your diced tomatoes, your canned tomatoes, your tomato sauces, and of course the fresh ones too. Labor Day weekend also signals the last hurrah of summer. So this is the perfect time to pick up barbecue foods. So things like hot dogs, buns, ketchup, mustard, relish, chips, mayonnaise, all of that stuff is likely to be the lowest price before the end of the year. Also, if you do any canning, this is the time that you'll find canning supplies on sale. So mason jars, lids, and other canning equipment will likely be a good deal this month. Now, we haven't seen any shortages with these items in my area, though my understanding is in some areas it's either difficult to find or very expensive. So if mason jars, say, aren't in your budget this month or it's just hard for you to find, maybe you can put up a notice at your workplace or in the building that you live in or the church you go to. Wherever it is, like maybe just put up a sign that says you're looking for some mason jars and maybe somebody would be willing to give you some and you can exchange a jar of jam if they give you a bunch of jars, and something like that might work out. Also, if you are having a hard time finding jars, you can reuse jars that have a button lid and you can reuse them for water bath canning. So it's a great way to recycle and reuse something that's been used before and put it to good use. Summer clothing and summer shoes are also going to be a great deal this month, and they're going to be the lowest prices of the season. Now, sometimes the selection is pretty picked over, but if you're lucky enough to find your size, now is the perfect time to get a really good deal on next year's summer sandals or a pair of shorts. September is also a month that reminds me that more expensive months are coming up just around the corner. So this is a good time to have 4 months to prepare for Christmas and set aside some money to budget how much we want to spend for gifts or experiences like seeing a Christmas play or money for the skating rink or holiday entertaining if we choose to do those things. September is such a fabulous month with still great weather to enjoy and some great deals to be had. So hopefully this list helps you out. Thank you so much for joining in with me today. I sure do appreciate it. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you next time.